Happy Friday, Tour.
Happy Friday, Consuela.
How are you doing today?
I am good.
Yeah.
I'm a little lightheaded because I had
What? Oh.
blood drawn today.
It's like, why are you lightheaded? You hadn't mentioned that to me, but I understand why.
Yeah, but I'm okay. I'm keeping hydrated, keeping sugars in.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So today we did. Well, this time we didn't pull off the flip on the Friday.
No,
So.
no, it was one of those kind of weeks.
Yeah. Just a super busy day for me. Well, super busy week, but super busy day. And I think what derailed me in the end was, my dog going to the vet. And it wasn't an emergency situation or anything. He was getting a snip, as I tell people.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had like a little mass on his chest that they had already determined was a fatty mass, but they wanted to remove it anyway. And so he had that. And it was interesting because this is the first time I've had dogs a long time. And, when they go in for the snip or to get, spayed or neutered, male or female, right? They usually come out with a cone. And I wasn't feeling a cone for my dog at this point. I blame TikTok because I watch a lot of TikTok and a lot of dogs on TikTok. And I've seen a lot of dogs in these recovery onesies from surgeries of any kind, really, just to keep them from licking the stitches. And I was like, that seems like a much more humane way than this stupid cone. The cone just looks and feels inhumane to me. I didn't want that for him, and I don't want it for us because they'll take you out with one of those cones when they walk into your leg with it, right?
Yeah.
So so he's been in this little snug onesie that I don't think he minds. It's I was telling you, it's got snaps and velcros and things, and it can be a little challenging. It's a little clumsy for us right now, but I'm getting the hang of it. He's going to be in that, gosh, for at least 5 days, if not longer. His stitches don't come out for a couple of weeks, so I guess probably he's going to be in that for a couple of weeks. And I think his donut just arrived because I mentioned to you yesterday.
Nice, yes.
I got him an inflatable donut that's actually colored like a donut. So to give him a break from the onesie, right? Especially if I have to wash it, then we can put the donut on him so he can't get to his incisions. So
yeah, much better than a cone, I think.
Yeah, and I'm going to be much more amused with my lab in a actual donut that looks like a donut. I told you I'm going to send you pictures when I do that.
I look forward to it.
Yeah. So that was a lot of my after work yesterday, and it was just a lot. And I was also on full puppy duty. My son was at work, family's out, so I'm dealing with a puppy who is screaming because he feels like he was abandoned all day. And then my other dog who's in a onesie. So it was a lot.
Yes.
So anyway, but you?
And it was a pretty busy week for me as well.
Mm-hmm.
So just making some progress on my side job because I'm working 2 jobs at the moment.
Yeah.
And
you're killing it on both of them.
Yeah. Some really good opportunities opened up this week that required some special attention. I'm not going to get into details about that, but yeah.
But you're killing it. Just saying. I have to say that again.
Thank you.
Very happy for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about styling. So you're going to start us off because I was too tired to come online to style ahead of time. So usually one of us will lead the style and the other will match. And today, or this week, you led the style.
I led the style, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I led the style, and maybe you will remember this because I can't for the life of me. I had in my recent folder this outfit from Gasset. I don't remember Gasset. This is the Kiko cardigan and Kiko pant with the add-on shirt. I
do remember it.
You do? Okay, where
it wasn't a flip. This was equal 10. So we had gone there to get the, I was going to say doppelganger. That's not what are the plumb bob? We had gone there to get the plumb bob. And I said, oh, right. I didn't know if you would like this. Because I hesitate to just send you male clothes because sometimes you're like, not that I don't know your style, because I do, but I was like, he could like this, but I wanted to ask your opinion before just sending it. So,
which I appreciate, yeah.
Yeah, so we went by to get the plumb bob, and I'm like, oh, hey, do you like this? And you're like, yeah, I'll try that out. That's where you got it. Yeah.
That's right. Okay, yeah. Because I'm always interested in new male clothing makers, especially, and trying them out is, I always try to, give them a fair shake.
Yep.
And I am very pleased with the result of this.
So you think you're going to try to pick up some more of that?
Yeah, I want to visit their store and check them out and see what's going on. So, in addition to that, going down, I have some dead wool shoes on.
Okay.
So these are the Oxford shoes. They come with the socks built in. They're very customizable, which made it easy to match, what I was wearing up top.
Yeah.
I also, speaking of up top, am rocking some Panique cat lashes sunglasses.
Ooh.
Yes.
I noticed that.
So these are very nice. I quite like them. They're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I am wearing the version with the, earpieces.
I see some eye focus on you right now. I'm digging it.
I'm gonna get to it.
Oh my goodness, I'm digging it. I'm sorry, I get distracted by it. By my eye focus. It's like, ooh, I just get sucked in.
Yeah. I also have the Stoic Soul Starlight earrings.
I noticed you changed your earrings.
This hair hat is the Modulus Shelby hat and hair, and what I've done in the back is I've done the same thing that I did with that other hat, where I've thrown on Theo's hair.
Okay.
From who was this
Contraption?
from? I think Contraption.
Okay.
I just want to confirm that. Show original. Yes, from Contraption. And I really like the result, because normally this hat hair, I only get a little bit of bangs up front and nothing else. And I'm loving using Theo's hair as my go-to hat hair. It really works very well.
Yeah.
For that.
I see that.
Even though it wasn't necessarily intended for it.
No, it looks good. It really gives a nice fuller look.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and my stands today, I'm rocking a series of them, because I have gutted my Vista AO and gone all in. Every one of my stands is an eye focus.
Oh, okay. No wonder you're giving me the vibe.
Yeah, so I have 10 new stands in. So I have some from the Bryce set, some from the sorry, let me just double check the names, because okay, Bryce. I have Joseph in here. Oh no, I don't have Joseph. Sorry, that was one of my older ones. I have Sawyer.
Okay.
Cove and Kellen.
All very sexy.
Yeah. So I've got 2 or 3 from each of those packs for a combined 10 eye focus stands. And I am really digging the kind of, like you say, the little bit of attitude that they give.
Yeah. There's attitude, intensity. It's just something that kind of brings it to another level.
Yeah, it makes your avatar seem more present, I think. In the scene. So that's all that I'm rocking.
Okay. All right, so you sent me a Gyazo of your outfit as I was chilling on the couch in a moment of peace where the puppy was not screaming his head off. And so I was like, all right, where do I start? First, actually, I started at the bottom with the shoes. So, because I know I have, let me turn my interface on so I can get everything. I know they're equal. I knew right away, I was like, okay, I want to match your shoes. So these are the equal Kaya brogues, which we've talked about before, these brogues.
Yes.
And so I was playing with them to kind of get them to match your situation a little bit. And then I worked from bottom up, right? So then I was like, okay, what pants? And I was like, well, he's got torn pants, so let me go really torn. And
yes,
I know that
I love.
right, I know. And I know I've worn these in a video before, but I love them, and I know you love them. So these are offline. And let me go up here. They are the Mia jeans, and they're available in store now, but they were an offering for one of the 50 rounds. And speaking of 50, it opened 2 days ago, so we'll have to carve some time out for that. But so then I was going up, and I was like, okay, sweatery top, and I was like, So I was still in offline, and I was like, let me see what I've got from offline. And actually, there was another top that I thought was nice, but I was like, I feel like I don't have enough rips. So I had another offline top that was going to work, but I kept going. I was like, let me see what else offline has that I haven't opened. And then I came across this, which is the Gaia top. And I want to tell you, the Gaia top does come in waifu, but they were ginormous, which is fine. That's waifu. And a lot of the nipple and areola showed, and I didn't to try to get a pasty on underneath, especially on a giant boob. The pasties then become giant. Yeah. And it's just, to me, it's not cute. Like, I like a little pasty.
We didn't want to tempt YouTube on that.
Yeah. So then I was like, okay, well, I was going to still do pasty, but I wanted to bring the boob size down a little bit. So, because in my opinion, honestly, unless somebody out there has a tip for me, the waifu boobs and like a bomb pasty always look incredibly ridiculous to me. Like, it's just, even if you do the black tape, for example, you then have giant X's on your boobs. Yeah. And I just, I like a smaller pasty, but they always get supersized when you know, and I get it. I get that's how that works. Because This Is Wrong has like...
I think someone would have to go out of their way to make like a very high resolution pasty because I think that's part of the problem is and they'd have to design it intentionally for a larger boob size.
So I want to throw that out there. Like Masumi likes to find things and tell me where things are. So does Mama LaLa, and Mama LaLa would probably be the one because she barely wears any clothes at all. So anyway, my thought was, well, let me wear the regular reborn size because I know that This Is Wrong has those fun like animated pasties, and I was gonna wear it underneath. But once I put on just the regular waifu, the top was fine. You don't see the areola or the nipple or anything. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm not going to worry about it. So there's no pasty on at all because I'm fine. You just see underboob. So anyway, so that's the top. Then I decided I was going to go 1990 on the duck nails because I was already, as I'm working my way up, I'm like, I feel a little bit of bad girl energy.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, and I'm like, my Vichy duck nails are so like sweet.
Yeah, they have a little bit of uwu to them.
Uwu, right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this isn't uwu. This is like a little edgy. So I was like, and then the nails, I was using my wardrobe. My wardrobe absolutely helped me in a couple of instances because my wardrobe's not complete, but all my nails are in there. So I was looking at my nails.
That makes it eeasy.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, these are the 1990 Bratz nails. And I was like, yeah, I feel some brat energy, sure. And so I went with 1990 duck nails for this one. And 1990 is a FLF designer, and they were my go-to before Vichy got in the duck game. So there's that. So then I'm working my way up, and I'm gonna need some Emery, right? And so I went to the store to go look at my Emery. And to see if I didn't have any earrings. And of course there were some I didn't. So these emeries, they actually have a tag on them. There's been other emeries that I wear that have little tags that hang off them where it says, like puta is a choice or like slut, whore and stuff like that. But they also have like, one of them is waifu. And I was like, all right, waifu seems very appropriate.
Fun.
So the tag says waifu. These are the Lexi earrings. Those are available in store. They're for the Swallow extra large gauge female ear. And then wardrobe helped me with the glasses. So these are from Fetch. And
those are excellent for this outfit.
Right? And because I also wanted to put my my big eyelashes back on. And I didn't want a glass, because you and I had debated that before. Like, I didn't want to put them on behind glasses that then obscured them. So I wanted to find glasses that would play with this nicely. So
I think you did a great job.
I'm looking. Oh, there it is. Blair glasses. So these are the Blair glasses from Fetch. And I have my Void Flutter lashes on behind it with a little bit of sparkle that I hoped would help bring them out from behind the glasses. And then when I got to the top, I'm like, I am feeling big hair energy. Like, I need some big hair. And so I was like, who makes big hair? Analog Dog. So I went there and I was like a little like, I don't know, because lately when I've gone there, there's not a bunch. Like, there's been new stuff there. I'll be honest, there has been new stuff, but not like big. And then I just, I don't know the designer behind Analog Dog, but I rolled up, I just teleported in, and then first things for Happy Weekend, big hair. I'm like, I could feel it. I could feel it on the grid. It was just pulling me to Analog Dog to get my big hair.
Big hair detector.
This one's called Yeah. And I'm like, that's appropriate. Because I saw this hair and it should actually be called Yas, like YAS, right? But yeah. There's a part where you could get bangs that obscure your face. But I like a big hair that doesn't obscure your face.
Right.
So, and then part of me, in looking at this hair yesterday, I was like, I want this kind of volume in my First Life hair. So this is probably a bit more volume than I would rock in First Life, but this is the sort of vibe I'm trying to achieve in First Life. When I
would love to see
I'm working toward in March. I'm letting my hair grow out a little bit so I can get a perm and like get some more volume. So, because I have naturally curly hair, but as the years have gone on, and I guess my hair is tired too. So the curls have kind of fallen out a little bit. So I wanted to get them back in there. So. So yeah, so I was feeling the volume in this. And then, as always, I'm rocking Alt 3 Skin Soleil and the Micro Glitter. And then, of course, Oh My. And so Oh My has some new poses out, and I'm going to show them here at the bottom. It's Angora, and they're available at this round of the 50. And so I'm going to be rocking. You're going to see me move through some Angora. Let's see, what pose am I in right now? I'm in Kinsley. But you can see I have way more than 10 animations in my HUD. And I was telling you before we started, I'm like, how many Oh My poses is it going to take for me to start sliding again? Because I overwhelm the Firestorm AO with I just shove all the animations. I just want all of them in there. But I'll have to start trimming out some of the older ones because I got to make, as soon as I start sliding, we're going to have to start saying goodbye to some of the older Oh My's to make room for the new Oh My. So yeah, so that's my style today.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, that was a lot. So, yep. So that's the style, and then I guess we're ready to talk about some Second Life news.
Yeah, I reckon so.
And you darn tootin', because it's mostly you. And I did use darn tootin' because that was the first Southern thing I could maybe think of. I don't know.
I see.
Because you reckon, and then you were like AFK for a tick. I'm like, AFK for a tick? That's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bring
I do have some Southernisms.
You do. For very your voice does not indicate that you're Southern. You have a very neutral affect. I don't detect an accent. And then
I throw words like that out there.
Reckon and tick. Yep. And then, then we have our pronunciation differences, like with vase and salmon, almonds. Yeah. Anyway, so in Second Life news, they came out with a post for January. So news from the Second Life team for January 2024. And the first thing was scripting. And I'm scrolling down this and I start seeing all the scripting and I'm like, this is tour. I just linked you right away. I thought maybe it was just a little scripting. No, if you keep scrolling, there's a bunch of scripting. So do you want to talk on that, Mr. Scripter?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I love that they're giving us a standardized hash function, first of all. This is, in my opinion, been needed for quite a while, especially for any security systems or anything that's communicating externally. Being able to hash some of your data so that it actually is secure is fantastic. This would allow also the ability to bring in more like password systems into SL, but do it in a way that is more secure for users, in that it isn't storing plain text passwords in memory. If you wanted to go that route, which I think is great. They did have the LLMD5 previously, but they have introduced all these other hashes, and that is wonderful. So that's going to be a big security thing. Get note card line sync is also really good, and I hope that some of the big engines start using this. That's AV Sitter, that's the Vista AO, that's the vehicle control systems and stuff. Everywhere where they're using like a note card config file, this will significantly speed up consuming the note card, because in the previous system, when they're talking about like asynchronous versus synchronous, basically you'd have to enter a state in the script where you're sitting back and waiting for it to read the note card, and at some point in time it's done. And the fact that you can do it synchronously is a big deal. So in their example script there, basically they're aggressively reading the entire note card rather than at the end of each line read sending another request to read another line. This allows you to just consume the entire note card in one go, and then kick a function to say, hey, I got all my configs or whatever. It'll go way faster. And I see that they mentioned specifically the AV Sitter project in that.
Okay.
Then we have world position to HUD and some camera things. These are interesting. So these, I'm not entirely sure how I would use them. But that's, a lot of this is because I handle, a lot of my own camera settings and stuff. This allows a HUD or script to get what your current camera settings are. I'm sure this is useful for somebody's use. Those I'm not sure about. However, the world position to HUD, that definitely would be a handy one. To be able to track locations of things out in the world. So we use like area search for finding things, but this would actually allow you to build a HUD that can, through a script fashion, like look for things or show like a radar of things and that sort of thing.
Okay.
I know we've seen that simulated. I know Mad P used that system on one of the like hunt systems that we did for them.
Yeah,
but
that's right.
This would allow it to happen a lot easier, I believe.
Okay.
If I'm reading this correctly. I don't know if that's
I
actually
feel
true.
like you are, because you're the only one that can read this of the two of us. So I'm trusting you completely.
Yeah. So those are the scripty things. I'm thrilled that they're like really reinvesting in LSL and developing that. And then on to project viewers. So if you wanted to delve into some of those.
So project viewers.
Your favorite emoji viewer has
a
release candidate.
Okay, but okay, you're tossing this off to me like I know what I'm gonna say about this. But what does that even mean? Like,
that was the version of the viewer where you can put emojis in line with your chat.
Well, yeah, but this is like a version of the SL viewer. That's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
But then I remember the conversation around the was it the ASCII art?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm more old school, like get creative with the characters.
Yeah, that's why I'm teasing you about it.
Oh.
I know it's not
Gotcha.
your favorite.
No. No. I think it's like I've been in Second Life long enough to be like, I want to see the creative artwork with the characters. I don't want to just cheat it and get the emoji. I mean, if I want that, I'll go to Discord or I'll go, on my phone. There's places for that. But like, I think SL for me is like, keep the ASCII art. Like, don't ruin it. Don't kill it by having the emojis. So, yeah, that's just my preference because I'm old. So, okay. So then so the emoji project viewer, and then what?
Looks like they have some maintenance candidates out. So
okay. I don't even know what that
they're testing. Well, so these are beta versions of the viewer that have just a few fixes before they get into mainline.
Gotcha.
So one of them is related to voice failing when you have to restart. Yeah. One of them is just general usability improvements. One is related to the previewing of outfit photos, but I thought we already had that. Maybe this is for outfits specifically, which may be that, because I know we have the ability to look at objects. Oh no, we can't. Okay, so we can create a thumbnail for outfits. That's cool.
Okay,
that's neat.
But you have to like take that picture, right?
Yes, you'd have to take that picture.
Yeah,
but that's still cool.
It is. Usually I just give my outfits like descriptive names. So I'm like, oh right, torn jeans, that's the one I want.
Right. Yeah, and you can give things plenty of descriptive names, but sometimes it's handy to see how it all, what all is in there.
Yeah.
And it looks like PBR is going to mainline SL viewer. Am I reading that correctly?
Well, default viewer. It was already available in November.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Real reflections. And actually, that reminds me, I already saw on Zipper's server for Alt 3. Like, she's got a makeup compact that has PBR. So you can see the, like a true mirror reflection.
Ooh,
and
nice.
And it's a collab between her and Oh My.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So I'm very excited for that one. That's the 50. If you haven't already been, this is not a 50 video, but we will make one. But I'm wondering if for that one we need to finally do some PBR. We haven't done it yet.
We do. I know.
Because I want to see Zipper's item in all its glory. Like I've seen the things that she shared on her server, and it looks incredible.
Absolutely.
So I think that'll have to be what we do. We have to work up to it for the 50.
All right. Yeah. And then they have an update for the mobile viewer. Yeah,
so they've brought some updates to it. I've been watching it as all the threads get commented on or resolved. Let's see. So I know the last time when they made an improvement and I logged in, like the blue boxes are gone. So that's nice. So you're not like cluttered with that. Let's see. What does it say here?
They also apparently improved like memory cleanup a little bit.
Yeah, and I was running into that too. It would say device out of memory, removing objects. And that was a constant. So like it would look decent and then things would just start vanishing.
Right.
So, yeah. So, and as I was telling you before we started, I was like, I haven't been on the SL viewer, the mobile viewer, as much lately because I feel like, I want to see more of the improvements and then go back in and have a look. Because I'm still needing to do the Senra avatar, and it's really not minding my shape. And it's still got a lot to go. So I want to, a lot of things have been reported. A lot of things.
Very alpha still.
Yeah. And what's nice is when you're, in that feedback system, and especially if you've upvoted something or commented on something, you get updates. So I'll get it to my email. It'll tell me, oh, this has been resolved or this has been improved. And then I'll go, log in and check it out for myself. So.
Very good.
So that's the mobile viewer. But like I said, this post was pretty much all you until the bottom. So there's that. the next one has to do with moving from Jira Part 2.
Yep.
That's you also.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, we touched on this when they first announced it, and it sounds like they are continuing to move. They are in process of moving the bug reporting process over to this new system, feedback secondlife.com.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that this system will post things into GitHub, presumably.
Okay.
And they're going to provide an archive of the Jira issues on GitHub, which is very good that they are preserving that history. I was concerned with how that would go, but it sounds like they've figured out how they want to migrate it. So that's good.
Okay.
In the short term, they're saying that Jira, they're going to close logins for it.
Okay.
During that migration, so that they can freeze the database and move everything over and make sure nothing gets lost, because otherwise there's that gap of anything reported while it's migrating would get lost. So it sounds like they are planning for a final shutdown of Jira on February 15. So yeah, it's moving.
All right, very good. And then the next tab has to do with a resident spotlight. And I was starting to dig into this a little bit because apparently, I don't know this person, but that's what some of the fun is with the spotlights, right? Sometimes I know who it is because, they're a pretty big name on the grid, or at least on my corner of the grid, I should say. And then, then we have folks who I'm unfamiliar with. So this one is Godiva Varela, and they make machinima. And I was just scrolling through it, and I was going to click. There's a YouTube. She did a PBR test.
Yeah.
Let me kill the sound on that. And so that's kind of something we need to do as well. But I wanted to make sure I'm following her on YouTube.
I'm looking at the video, and I'm loving the reflective floor that is showing both her and the video playing in the background reflected in world, which is kind of amazing.
I had just started it up, so it was showing the reflection in her eye.
There's that too.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean about the video being reflected on the floor.
Yeah.
So
like that really is gonna, I think, make SL look just so much more realistic. You're right, we need to get into PBR.
I'm gonna say we've been talking about it, but we have to do it by the 50 when we go.
Okay.
So we got to work that out somehow, some way, whether it's using the SL client. Or I know Firestorm had a beta client that has it.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure that's what Zipper's using.
Yeah, there is a PBR version out there.
So you and I have to sort out which one, and then let the folks know when we actually do it. But, but I'm watching this little video of hers. So, I don't believe I'm following her on YouTube, so I'm going to have to do that because I like to follow, as many residents as I can who create for YouTube, because that's where we live as well. So I like to support the other residents making videos. I appreciate the spotlight because this was not someone I was familiar with. And apparently she has a new video coming out to, let's see, it was the Second Life Cinema. So January 24th. So she had a premiere a few days ago of her latest short film.
Fantastic.
So it looks like a very creative individual, and that's one of the things that I really love about Second Life, and that folks have outlets for their creativity like that. So all right, any other comments about Godiva?
No other comments about Godiva.
All right, so that leads me into the fifth.
Before you do that, I wanna just touch on, because we sometimes drop the ball on this. We are filming at Leaf Forest Retreat. Okay. Which was from earlier in January's destination guide on the featured news. Okay. Or destination highlights.
And we always link that in the description.
I know. We
don't often call it out. Yeah. No, I agree with
you. So I want to get in the habit of that.
Okay, good. I'm glad. That's a good habit.
Yeah, and I like this area. I like the fact that they've got some really good rain going on and some great weather effects and an environment to support it out there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I will cam back and show that. It was just not a convenient time to do it because I've got my angle on the internet window and everything. So before we teleport off or fade to black, I'll do a pullback so people can see what you were talking about.
Okay.
And I think going forward, that's probably a better time than in the middle of the tabs. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
So then I can pull back and give people the view of the sim.
Okay.
But, so I have the Seraphim website, and the title is 50 Linden Fridays is a flurry of finds. And
flurry of finds.
Doesn't look like anyone's MIA. I did notice the list looks a little short this week. But, you know, with us, short is still long. And I'm fine. So I have all, like, I can get almost all of the little Polaroids on one. I can get all the names in one pass. So, who are our sponsors?
Our sponsors are Butterscotch, Offline.
Okay. Oh, well, appropriate.
Roslyn, and Tori Torricelli.
All right. Very good. So I'm going to put my internet window down now. There we go. And then I want to see what you were talking about. So I'm going to cam back. So we are in this nice second story. And it's very wooded.
Yes.
I don't know. It's definitely giving me like Washington vibes.
Yeah.
I
can definitely see that. Yeah, it's beautiful. And they have, I don't know if you have your sounds on, but it has
I do.
Bird sounds and nice bird sounds. And
yeah, this is a great building you found for us.
Yeah, I really like this. And apparently this building was last used for the birthday of someone named M. So whoever M is, happy birthday to you.
So, because downstairs.
Yes. Yep, they've got a cake there and everything.
Yeah, we should go down and see if that cake is not stale.
It is a dispenser. It is from Cheek Chica, so it's never stale.
Never stale, always fresh. And they have that sign, that neon sign that we saw outside of, I think it was Doe.
Yes, Doe.
Be someone that makes you happy. Yeah, even though totally you and I read the with.
Yep. But you're totally correct on your reading of it.
Yeah.
But also do both.
That's right. Both. If you can, do both. If you can't, then just be someone that makes you happy.
Yes.
And I liked this wall you put us behind or in front of.
Yeah, I really liked this mural a lot. So I wanted to put us here.
Yeah, it was a great choice.
Especially before we started traveling.
Yep, because we're about to travel for sure.
Yep. You know me, I like trains, so.
You do.
Train.
All right, so now that we've thoroughly called out the sim, are we ready to travel to our first destination?
We are.
All right, tour. I know this table.
Mm-hmm.
We are at Butterscotch and Tori Torricelli because they must be using their sale plaza again.
Which I love.
Yep, we love the red carpet sale plaza. So let's take a look at what's in it. So, all right. So man's shoes, the Butterscotch. You have these, don't you?
I do
Cyrus
have
sandals,
these, yes.
Because
I have the
these
Cyrus
are great,
sandals.
and I know I've seen them on your sexy feet.
I have worn them several times. They are really good sandals.
You would wear these in First Life.
I would absolutely wear these in First Life.
Because you're Florida man. Yeah.
And for Saturday, they have the Nolan set, which I also have and have worn. And big fan of that set.
Yep. I'm actually going to turn my sounds off.
So I would give both of these a big recommend. And it looks like for the sandals, they just have the black and brown in the FLFing price. And for Saturday sale, it looks like we have the outfits themselves, or the shirts and pants for $99, and then the fat packs are going to be $800 each.
Okay. All right, and then over to the side we've got Tori Torricelli, and the 50 Linden outfit is the Renata set, and it looks like, hey, I can wear that.
And even with waifu.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Bolero bra, high waist flare pants with belt as add-on.
Yeah.
Oh. Legacy
That's
Perky,
cute.
Reborn Waifu, Lara X, Petite X, Gen X Curvy.
And you can totally mix that
I love
bolero
this.
with a bunch of things too.
I love this a lot. Okay, so
Yeah.
50 linden per color. And then how much for the
50
fat packs?
linden
Because I'm
per
getting that.
color. Yeah, I figured you would. The fat packs are going to be $7.50 each.
Okay. That's not bad. I am sold.
No. Yeah, that's a fun outfit.
Yeah. And then since you called out Saturday sale, we'll look over there too. This is the Viola set. And that's
Okay.
also Legacy, Perky, Lara X, Petite X, Reborn Waifu, Gen X Classic.
Yeah. So that's if you wanted to get your dancer on for me.
Yeah, I might. So you can buy those by color or by fat pack. Wait, and so they sell the pasties? Is that what I'm seeing at the bottom?
Yes.
Oh,
Pasties and chain.
I need that. Because I need pasties that fit waifu.
Well, these are specifically that.
Yep.
They wouldn't fit under something. It looks like they
Yeah, because they have
are
texture
raised.
and raised, yeah. But still.
Still very
Yes,
nice.
Yes. Okay, well this is great. I'm glad they're coming along because for the longest time it felt like they weren't ready or making for waifu. But I also want to follow that up with I know it's a lot of work to rig. So I'm not trying to be I wanted to say inconsiderate. I'm not trying to be. That's what the word that comes to mind. But
I know what you mean.
yeah, I'm just glad. I'm happy to see them making for waifu. That's the bottom line.
Heck yeah.
So I appreciate the effort.
Woo!
So okay, are we ready to go?
We are.
All right, Tour, we are at offline, and I was very tempted to switch into the Tori Torricelli outfit, and you're like,
I know.
You're like, I don't even know. I'm just going to do an impression of you. Where you're like, your outfit is really good, and offline is a sponsor. And I'm like, all right. I was just very excited that Tori Torricelli was making more for waifu, because we've been through Tori Torricelli, trying to pick up anything waifu that we can, and it's just been a handful of things.
I am looking forward to you rocking that maybe next week or for the 50 or something.
Oh, you're going to see it all right.
Yeah.
Sure. All right, but we are at offline, and they have the Cali robe and lingerie separated out. That's what was confusing me, because the vendor images are the same.
Yes.
And it's just that on one side you have like the lingerie / bodysuit, and the other side you have the robe. So this fits my Freya. Freya alert, Mama LaLa.
Oh, Mama LaLa can get
Come on down to offline.
Some normal outdoor wear
from Mama
the way
LaLa.
she dresses.
Yes. So Maitreya, Freya, Hourglass Legacy, Cooper, Reborn, and Gen X.
Yes.
So, and this looks great.
These look very sexy. Yeah.
So 50 linden per color on the flip side. I don't know if it's 50 linden on the Saturday sale side for the robes.
Both are fliff.
Both are fliff, but the Saturday sale is the shoes?
The Saturday sale is the shoes,
gotcha,
which are $75 each.
Gotcha. Okay. So 50 linden for the robe, 50 linden for the lingerie, and then how much for the fat packs?
Oh, fat packs are going to be, let's see, for the lingerie is $1,200, for the robe is $1,300.
Okay. And then you told me we have a friend hiding in a corner. Is she still there?
We do. She is.
All right, let's see.
Hi, Colette.
There's Colette way over there. Hi, Colette.
How you doing, Colette?
Shopping the fliff.
Yeah, and she is currently stretching out a Roslyn Scout dress.
I see that.
In waifu.
Uh-huh.
Looking pretty good doing it.
Very good. All right, so we have covered the item. Are we ready to travel to our next destination?
We are.
All right, Tour. As Cheeto dust streams by in front of my shot, I can tell that we are at Roslyn.
We are at Roslyn.
And you have positioned us between two items.
Yes. So I positioned us between the fliff item, which is on my side, which we'll talk about first.
Okay. So this is the Henley Lounge set, and you had said, I think you have this, and I think you're right. I did not search my inventory, but I'm pretty sure I do. And it's because Pylia is distracting me. Pylia is asking me mobile viewer questions.
Yes.
So answering those for her. But so anyway, if you missed out on the Henley outfit, you have it here, 50 Linden per color. How much is the fat pack?
The fat pack is going to be 700.
Okay. And then on
this
the
is
others,
fitting for
fits.
Genix, Kara, Kupra, Legacy, Maitreya, Reborn, and Waifu. Okay. So yeah. Oh, and Maitreya X, I should specify.
And then you had also pointed out the Scout dress.
Which is what we saw Colette wearing.
Yes. And this fits Gen X, Classic and Curvy, Kara, Kupra, Legacy, Classy and Perky, Lara, Petite, Lara X, Petite, Reborn, and Waifu. Yep.
Yeah, that's a very fun number. I like the stretch, the fabric stretch in it.
I'll have to pick that one up. I don't think I have that because I could wear that for class with some leggings or tights or boots. Yep.
That would look great.
Because to me, that just looks like a top because it's very short. But if I put on leggings, then, you know, I'm covered because you can't flash your bits at the kids. That's a no-no.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Anyway, so are these Happy Weekend? Their pricing is a little different. So is it 60 Linden per color?
60 Linden per color and 800 for a fat pack.
Okay, sounds great. Are we good to go? Okay, Tour. That delay to recording was absolutely worth it. I appreciate you modeling this outfit. You are killing it. You're rocking the balloons. So
this is a fun one.
It is. I think you need to adjust it a little bit. Otherwise, yes.
That's what I'm working on.
Yeah. So this is Going Higher in Love is what it's called. I have not seen this one yet. And we've seen a lot and know a lot of Ananas items.
Yes, we do.
The fat pack version is what you're wearing. And how much was that fat pack, Tour?
150.
150. And my avatar was broken for some reason. It's like, what happened to my animations? This is not Oh My. Get with it, girl. What are we doing?
I think I'm locking up.
Yeah? I don't know what's happening. Are we going to crash here together?
I'm not sure.
Anyway, we'll talk about it till we crash. But we're at Ananas. They have the Going Higher in Love balloons. 50 Linden for pink, yellow, or green. And then you can get the fat pack for, how much did you say?
150.
150. And what about these black balloons?
I would love to tell you. SL has gone totally by the wayside for me.
Yeah.
Do we need to fade for a second?
Probably. Here we go.
Okay.
All right, we are back. It was like SL. SL decided, no. I don't even know how else to categorize that. Like, we both were instantly, like, immobilized.
Everything locked up, yeah.
Yeah. And,
but we're back.
We are. So, Ananas, Going Higher in Love balloons, as Tour is so effectively modeling.
Yes, well, you lift me up like helium.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Okay, so people, I'm gonna tell a story now.
Okay.
And okay, I feel like over the course of all of our videos, because we're in like year 2 of this, right? We tell little stories, little snippets of our second life here and there, and so. Oh, you go higher?
I moved my hover height up.
Oh. Okay. Let me adjust my camera to still capture you. Okay, so Tour is making a reference to a song used in our partnership ceremony. And we were actually working up to have a renewal. And I think that's still the plan, right?
It still is the plan, yes.
Because I know you're very, very busy in First Life with your 2 jobs. But
yes, but it's important to me. So
we're coming up on 5 years in April. And so we want to have a big like celebration. And in our initial ceremony, it was just very small, right? Because We weren't SL famous like we are now. Just kidding. That's not it at all. But it was.
I wouldn't say like super small. We still had like probably more than a dozen people there.
Yeah. I figure, and I figure where my mind goes is at that point in time. Like I had just put down like my like modeling avatar, right? Who knows, like a crap ton of people. And so I switched avatars to start a new life with Tour. And not that I couldn't have done it with my modeling avatar, but she didn't feel like me anymore.
Yeah, and I didn't meet you on your modeling avatar.
Right.
Or I wouldn't have given you a second look.
Oh no! Ouch! Oh no! Now I want to do the oh dear, oh my, oh dear. That's a tourism. Anyway, so I felt like the ceremony was very small because only limited people knew that I had switched avatars because others probably don't even care, right? Yeah. And so it was small, and then as I reflect, 5 years isn't that long, but when I look back on it, I mean, some of the people who were there then are not in our lives now, and I don't know. Yeah, there's so many more people have come into our lives since then that I just wanted to have another celebration to include them as well.
Yeah, so, I agree.
But we were both of the mindset where I've been to enough like SL weddings to generally not care for the officiants, and that's not what. I'm not trying to throw anybody any shade, but usually it's like, who is this person? Like in most of the ceremonies that I've seen, it's like somebody who comes with the venue, right? And I was like, that's not what we want. Or just somebody where
they just go out and try and find some stranger to do it.
Yeah. In rare instances, sometimes it's a friend, and that's different. Like that feels different, right? Somebody who really knows the couple. But I was like, we both agreed that we weren't going to have an officiant, and we're still not going to, because we run our own ceremony. And so
and we wrote it, and
and so in like the vows and everything, we came at it in our definitely unique ways. And I forget who went. Was it you go first or I went first? I forget now. I have the note card of it, but the gist of it was that Tour is quoting Shakespeare, and I am quoting Sia. And that's
which I think is
very appropriate.
It's fitting for both of us.
Yes. And so the Helium song by Sia from 50 Shades of Grey. And so that's why this is very appropriate. And I think we should have the black balloons for sure, because it was 50 Shades of Grey.
Okay.
But no, you're fine. Don't change the balloons because it's fliff. I get why you wanted the purple balloons. But
but it's controlled by a HUD.
Oh, true. Oh, there we go. That's more fitting for our story of me quoting Helium by Sia to capture my feelings. And now you're illustrating them with these fantastic balloons. Thank you, Ananas. So.
Thank you, Ananas. Yes.
All right. That concludes LaLa story time. Are we good to go, Tour?
We are.
All right, Tour. I can tell by the corner we're standing in that we are at AsteroidBox. And they have the hazel sweater.
Yeah. This is the kind of sweater that would absolutely work if you hadn't already found a great top for that outfit.
True.
Because it's very much got that same sort of
I can always
bad
switch
girl
them.
vibe. No, you look great.
They have one there that will go with this outfit. I would still be wearing offline.
Okay. Yeah, I would allow you to change this.
Oh, you would allow me to change? Yes. Oh, okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, daddy.rizzler.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Hazel sweater. So Maitreya Lara, Maitreya Petite, Maitreya Flat, Gen X Classic, Gen X Curvy, E-Body Reborn, Legacy Female, Legacy Perky. Ran out of breath.
Fun. You get all 4 colors for 50 Linden.
That's fantastic. And one of these is going to match right off. That's the gray black one. That's going to look amazing.
Yeah.
So, So I will be permitted to change into this. Thank you. Well, and I think it'll more closely match your sweater.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. So, did we cover everything then sufficiently?
Yes, we did.
Okay, well, let's fade and let me get changed.
All right.
All right, Tour, I have changed.
And you look amazing.
This is a much closer match to your sweater. Now my sweater is like your sweater as much as I can.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
But we are here at Celeste. I feel a lot of patterns. Like when we got here, I'm like, we got patterns. The wall got patterns. Floor got patterns. There's so many patterns. Hearts, stars. Yeah.
So yes, these are the animated flat heart and star scatters.
Oh, I like them.
I do too.
Yeah.
I think they're great.
And the hearts are appropriate coming into that Valentine season.
Definitely.
So. Okay.
Definitely.
50 Linden per?
Yes, 50 Linden per. And I wanted to add one thing that I have thought about, and I want to just kind of try it out live here before.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm gonna walk over.
You're gonna leave me behind?
I can.
Or am I camming you? What's happening? Are we going on a tour?
Not too far. I just want to find somewhere that the floor is maybe not quite so. Okay, we can just go out here. So one of the thoughts that has occurred to me a couple of times now, and I wanted to just actually try it out before I recommended it to anyone. So of course I'm doing it, totally live. Anyway, let's see if this were attached to Avatar Center is what I'm looking for.
Are you about to give photography tips or something?
Yeah, so I'm going to have to reattach my body in just a moment, so apologies for that. Thankfully, my body's mostly covered up, so it's hardly noticeable. But, okay, so then edit, and so this is actually something that if you wanted to, if you were the type of person who really wanted to just have sparkles wherever you walk.
Oh,
you can actually put it on as an attachment on Avatar Center and just have a little sparkly magical dance floor wherever you're standing. And I think that's fun.
That is fun.
Yeah. So I wanted to try that out and kind of demo that concept because, I thought it'd be interesting as an alternate use for it. Because you can absolutely put it down on floors and walls that you own. But if you wanted to go out to a club and just have a little magical dance floor of your own while you're vibing, you can do that.
And knowing me, that is something I'd probably want to do.
Yep.
So.
Yep. So.
All right. Very good. Are we ready to go?
We are.
All right, Tour, please tell us where we are.
We're at Enchante.
Okay, because I love when you give the store names the appropriate accentuation that you feel they need. So we're at Enchante, and these are the LC heels, which I do have. So for FLF, the FLF colors will be black or the cow print.
Yes.
But they do offer the other colors and a fat pack. And then what's this other one over here?
Yeah, I think the fat pack is discounted, maybe? I'm not sure.
But they also have a classic color set. That's what it is.
And they do have the classic color set,
Yeah.
So we're just to run down, the non-FLF versions are $250 each. The fat pack is going to be $630, and the classic pack is $400.
Yeah. Thank you for covering that. I have a very loud motorcycle coming down my street.
Yep.
So I'm like.
And of course, I love that they have the cow spots as one of the FLF prices. But you already have these, and I believe you've worn them, and they look great on you.
Yes, thank you. And I'm striking one of my new Oh My poses that I really love, because I like that other one where I'm on the other side putting my hand in my face, right? Resting it. And now I've got a similar version on the other side with hand to the knuckles. Because I actually do that, like in First Life. I'll be leaning.
Yes.
It's actually the other hand I do it with. I don't lean on the other side, oddly enough, like because I'm trying to do it right now, and I'm like, no, it's always the left hand. I always put my head in my left hand.
Interesting.
And it's probably because I'm right-handed.
Yeah, it leaves your dominant hand available to do other things.
Because normally I'm not leaning to the right. That's strange.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so no, that was one of the new poses from Oh My that I was just hitting that I really enjoy.
Brilliant.
So anyway, great shoes at Enchante. If you don't have them, come get them. But I think we're ready for the next stop, right?
We are, yes.
All right, tour. I can tell that we are at Half Deer.
Yes, we are.
We have Everlight candles, which are lovely. A little hard to see in the vendor because I feel like the vendor is very
it's
light.
a little washed out.
Yeah. And then Everlight votive candles.
Yes. So these are in the votive candles are pastel versions. Looks like, and they also have the bright set down below.
Gotcha.
So, but I agree. The lighting somehow is making these very, look very washed out.
Yeah, it's hard to see.
Yeah, so I want to try. Interesting. Yeah, so it's something to do with the way the environment is affecting that. Because, like, if I click over to noon lighting, it looks. Better. I think more how they're expecting it to look.
Gotcha. But Half Deer has distinct environment.
Yes, they have a very soft light environment for sure.
Because this is normally what Half Deer looks like, so I'm surprised that it would impact the vendor image so much. So I mean, I'm glad they're showing it against a black wall because then you can see.
Yeah,
right?
True.
So yeah, because if it was against a white wall, that would really hurt my eyes. So these are great. They're very delicate, very soft looking, very soft and warm. So, okay, so is it 50 linden per set then? For the 50 per,
it is
per
50
pastel?
linden for the pastel set, 50 linden for the bright set.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Are we good to go?
We are good to go.
Tour.
Yeah.
We have a problem.
I know.
Can you tell the people what our problem is?
Well, it appears that Heaux got tired of us freeloading on their couch. So they've disabled this couch.
But it's one of the highlights of coming to Heaux. We get to sit on their comfy couch. He sees a solution.
I see a solution. They've messed up. They forgot about the other couch.
But the other couch doesn't have food by it.
I know it doesn't, but that's okay. I'll bring the food to you. Don't worry.
Oh. Yeah, you're comforting me right now.
Yeah.
It's like, it's gonna be okay.
It's okay.
Consuela, I will feed you. Don't worry, there's no shortage of food. So that is funny. So I'm wondering, obviously it wasn't anything directed at us, I don't think. But maybe for lag and having a scripted object there. Or
I suspect that's all it is.
Or there were other people making trouble for them on that couch.
That could be.
Not
there
us.
Might have been people getting a little frisky on the couch. But it is a PG couch, so they'd have to bring their own animation.
Who makes this couch? Because now I want to know. North Oak. Do we have this couch?
Let me check.
Who makes that trolley? Because I think I have that.
I'm almost certain that I have that.
So let's see. Edit.
So yes, I have
Dust Bunny.
that
Yeah, I have
couch.
this too, and I have this trolley.
And I have that trolley as well. So yes,
we need to recreate this somewhere in Stratagem. Because I love sitting here. Seriously, it's like a highlight of Heaux. We come, we sit, we talk about Heaux, and we leave. Like, this is just part of it. Like, that couch was like built for that. Like, Heaux needs to put that back together. Zipper, I'm putting this out there. If you know all the people who participate in Flip. I don't know the designer behind Heaux. So Zipper, if you could kindly Zipper, if you could kindly talk to Heaux creator and say, please put the scripts back in the couch. Because it doesn't feel right to sit way over here. Look, we're all the way over here. Look where we are. Like,
I know.
I've even lost my camera. It's like so not working for me. Like, like if you, when you watch this back tour, if you do, because you live it. I don't know if you ever watch it back, but
I do.
But like we're in a whole nother room,
I know.
all the way away from the perfect setting.
I know.
I am not a happy girl. Over that one little couch. Anyway.
So
Lauren.
They have Lauren.
Who's lovely. And it comes in what, two colors?
Porcelain and Rose Kiss.
Is that their colors or velour colors?
Those are velour colors.
Okay. So, shown on the Luca Evo X Zia. And yeah, it's lovely as always.
It's a very hose style skin. Yeah.
And it's compatible with Akaruka because they have the they work with, it's the ADVX, which goes along with the Luca.
Yes.
So, okay, well, there it is, all the way over there in the other room.
I hope we get the couch back. I liked the couch.
Well, yeah, clearly. Like, I'm even trying to get us in the shot. I can't. Like
I know.
We're all the way here. Let me try.
I know.
Here, we're all the way on the side here. Like, yeah, you're holding me like it'll be okay, Consuela. It'll be fine. I'm like, I don't know that it will be.
No.
Anyway, are we good to go?
We are.
Okay. Tour. Did you just bring me here so we could sit?
Yes.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Daddy wants you on his lap.
Oh! Yes, Daddy, but that's not that kind of video. So let's pull it back. Okay, so where are we?
We are at Hilted.
Hilted, and they have beds.
Yes.
Neon Dreamer 2.0 collection, Chrome PG edition, and I think is the other one adult. Here it is. Yeah, the one below it is adult. So, it's, let me see, 65 animations on the PG, 65 animations, 18 singles, 7 massage, 30 cuddle, and 10 three-way cuddle. So,
wow.
Yeah. And then on the adult one, you've got 156 animations, 18 single, 7 massage, 30 cuddle, 16 solo adult, 62 adult, 10 three-way cuddle, 10 three-way adult. Not 10.
There's a lot
13.
of animation.
Yes. So,
so they have this in Chrome version, which is what we're sitting on, and the holographic version, which is over where that other fellow's checking things out. And the adult version does cost more. It's $100 for that.
Okay.
Or $50 for the PG version.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we could sit on it.
Me too.
Because I don't like being denied.
Yeah, we needed to have a proper sit after being denied a host.
That's right. Being relegated to the sit in the other room with no snacks and away from the flip item.
Oh no.
It was very sad. So now we get to sit with the 50 Linden Friday item, but we're missing snacks still.
True.
So.
All right.
Are we good to go?
We are.
All right. We have made it to Lock&Tuft, which is the home of Ultra Rizzler.
Yes, it is.
Family member Ultra Rizzler.
Ultra Rizzler.
The Rizzlers are quite an expansive family, I think.
We are legion.
It would be fun to have like a Rizzler gathering of all the Rizzlers. Like, that would be amusing to me.
That would.
Anyway, so they have the heart dongle, which I feel like Ultra has offered before, but
I think this comes out around
Valentine's.
near Valentine's every year.
Yeah. So I picked up the Vapor and Purple set because I was having a hard time. I tried to get my crown on in this hair and it wasn't working. And I think the little dongle with the heart fits. Like, it's on a coil that matches my hair. It just gives a little action.
Back and forth.
Yeah, kind of like my boobs. Yeah.
Yep.
So 50 Linden per color set, Vapor and Purple or Mint and Pink. They are also offering the Sawyer hair. And is the fat pack just 50 Linden?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
So it's a unisex hair, which is always appreciated. So, so here we are, Lock&Tuft. Do you have any other commentary?
Nothing to add.
Okay, then we're off to the next.
Okay.
All right, tour. Where are we?
We are at NaaNaa's.
Ananas.
Mm-hmm.
And they have, is it Annika?
Yeah, that's how I would pronounce that.
Yeah, Lara, Freya. I always feel like I have to do Freya alert from
Freya.
Mama LaLa. 3-layer necklace, 6 metal color for fat packs, 18 beads texture for fat pack, 13 beads texture for everyone, on-off option for each one, controlled by a HUD, and that's fun. That's a fun little, like, almost like bohemian-y kind of necklace. So, fat pack is 50 Linden. Is I reading that right?
Yes, the fat pack is 50 Linden.
Okay. Are we good to go?
We are.
All right, tour. We are at a store that is not on the list often enough, in my opinion.
Yeah, I didn't actually realize that Noche was a FLF creator.
Well, we've been to Noche before.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's been on FLF.
Was it? Maybe.
Pretty sure. But they need to be on the list more because these are sexy and I want to make sure you have them.
Yeah, I have a lot of Noche. Actually, in the last Speedo video, I was wearing these in cow print.
Oh. Well, no wonder I like them.
Now I have the fat pack of them.
Good.
But yeah,
Oh, everything okay over there?
Yeah.
Do you need to pause?
Everything okay? No, everything's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So what's 50? Oh, so the two up top then are 50. So
Yes.
the red and the black.
Mm-hmm.
And good thing it comes with 3 bulge options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. Noche is good about that.
Yeah. Legacy, Athletic, Belleza, and is that it? So Legacy, Athletic, and Belleza? Right? All I'm seeing the fits for?
That is correct, yes.
Okay. So 50 Linden for those 2 colors up top. How much for other solo colors and how much for the fat pack?
Sure. So solo colors, you're going to be at $250, and then the fat pack runs $1,200.
Okay. All right. Sounds great. Any other?
Yeah. I've got a fair bit of Noche.
Mm-hmm.
So, when we creep up to 300 subscribers.
We are at 276 as of this video.
I know. So, that's coming.
Mm-hmm. So.
But yeah, other than that, no.
Okay, then we're good to go.
We're good to go.
All right, tour. I can tell by my surroundings that we are at Not Found.
Yes, we are.
And they have skins, which, Not Found has skins. So,
yes.
3 offerings behind us, right?
So we have Dakota,
Eloise, and
Toby.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, I want to bring up that I know we mentioned it before, and this also applies to Heaux, honestly.
Oh, okay.
And that's that, like, the variations offered for sale. I know that they have other skin tones available, and this also goes to LaLa.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not a fan of the dark skin tax, where if you don't fit into Alabaster, you objectively must pay more. You can't get a deal here. And I know that they're available. I'm looking around the store. They have other skin tones available for these very skins.
Mm-hmm.
Why do it this way? And to that point, why this skin tone every time?
It would be nice to see some variety in the offering of the skin tone. Because my comment is, you and I have a lot of conversations between the takes. And one of my comments to you was maybe they make more money on the light skin tone. I don't know. I don't know their business side of it for the designer.
Which I'm certain they do, because that's probably the majority of people that walk through here. But that doesn't mean that people who don't want that particular skin tone shouldn't also get a discount.
Right.
Because it's not like it would reduce the amount of sales of Alabaster to offer the other options. Yeah. So. No,
I agree with you. It'd be nice to see variety in the sale offerings. And you're right. You're right to include the others because they're do the same. So it's
not unique to Not Found. It's a trend that we've seen and it would be nice to have others available for sale. But that said, I think these are very high quality skins. They're very very nice looking.
Yeah, I agree.
So.
Okay. Any other commentary before we move along?
No other commentary. No.
Okay. All right, Tour. I can tell we are at Pixicat.
We are at Pixicat.
Pixicat is quite often my go-to for school clothes. And when I say school clothes I can teach in. Because obviously what I'm wearing today, I would not. Although I am covered. I could probably use the sweater, but with pants that actually don't have all the rips.
You look more like a delinquent student than a teacher right now, though.
Yeah, totally. No, I got to tone this down. I probably can't even wear this full hair to work, although I kind of want to.
You're skipping class to enjoy snacks in the bathroom right now.
That's right.
That's the vibe you are.
Yep. But watch, I'll turn this into a school look. You watch. Wait and see.
I believe it.
Yeah. Okay. So they are offering the Ulrika dress, which I guess it does come with a little top underneath it.
Okay.
And then I would just wear that with some leggings and I'm good to teach.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, so I'm going to pick this up. Maitreya Petite Flat Legacy Perky Reborn. But yeah, like I said, Pixicat has absolutely become my go-to for teaching clothes.
Yeah, with good reason.
Absolutely. All right, so I'm going to pick this up. 50 linen, you get all 3 patterns. I'm sure inside they have the full, because usually there's way more patterns than that. But I will go ahead and pick up the FLF version for sure. All right.
Okay, sounds good.
Are we good to go?
We are.
All right, Tour, where are we?
We are at This Is Wrong.
This is wrong, and there's a doom piercing. That looked like it hurt.
Yeah, that does look a little unpleasant.
I like that there's like red shading around the nose. I wonder if that comes with it.
It does. Bomb blush in 3 size and tintable.
Because there would definitely be some
sizes.
Irritation.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. So I'm assuming that's the big size in the picture.
I would hope so.
Because if it's not, I can only imagine what big size looks like.
Yeah, I would hope that's the big size.
Yeah. But when we got here, you pointed out the Wanderlust Weekend, which I was going to try till I forgot that I am wearing a fully covered sweater.
But I think it's very cool, and I think that you would be able to rock it in something or other.
Definitely try that out. Protection spell, animated tattoo, rigged with 18 colors, palette HUD.
Woo!
So I like that a lot. It's definitely been feeling my witchy side more so this year. 2024, Season of the Witch.
Season of the Witch.
For me personally, anyway. So
nice.
Anyway, are we good to go?
We are good to go.
All right, Tour. We are clearly at Trompe L'oeil.
Trompe L'oeil.
And this first building caught my eye because I'm like, what is this?
The Akir Wave Ranch, yeah.
At first, I was like, is this an apartment complex? Does it have a penthouse? Because I live for the penthouse.
Yeah, at first, I actually thought it was some kind of houseboat.
Yeah, well, it's just, I love this.
Yeah,
I feel like we should be able to use this in our builds, but I feel like Stratagem's pretty full now.
It is pretty full.
This looks like it would fit with our solar punk.
Yeah.
Especially on the coast. You know which coast I'm talking about, right?
I do.
Like Aspen and Faith's house and the cafeteria and that coast.
Yeah. We'd have to reevaluate something.
I don't know. And we're so close to finished that I don't think we want to do that. But I look at this and I'm like, this works. Obviously, we're going to pick it up because it's 50 Linden when normally it's 750.
Yeah.
So
it's a great build.
It's fantastic. I love this because look, it even has that little waterfront deck, right?
Yes.
And that little I don't know what you call it. It's like a little passway, water passway that you built through the sim, I don't know, river, I guess. I don't know. That something like this would be great there.
It would. Now, one thing I will say, as much as I love this build, I will say this would be challenging to decorate.
Well, yeah, because Aspen's house was challenging to decorate.
It was and even with that, we had at least straight walls. This one has kind of a more
Slanted.
organic shape to its
Yeah.
wall.
Uh-huh.
And then it has even more like aggressive on having windows everywhere.
True. So it's about putting furniture down and no wall decorations.
Pretty much, yeah. That's what you're
mhm.
looking at.
Yeah.
Now that's
Which is fine because it's
it is
striking
fine.
enough on its own.
It is.
You don't
It's
need
just,
a bunch of decorations.
I just wanted to kind of bring that up because I think it's a fair thing to consider when you're. But still absolutely love this build.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to use it so bad, you can tell.
Yeah.
Then below they have lifeguard stations, which are fun.
Yeah,
So 10
those are nice.
singles and 5 couples animations in those.
Now,
and-
I definitely think one of these can go on stretch.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's room for that. Probably the pink one. But yeah. So 50 linen and you get the set. But normally it's 350. Is it a set or is it just one that's different colors? Because this was like a former gacha or something?
It looks like you get the set of them.
Okay.
So
Because when they're listed out that way, to me it looks like it's a set of all those
Let me
colors.
unpack it and just check. So, because I did buy it, so let me just unpack real quick. Okay, so we get all 8 of them in the box.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good.
Mod copy. Yep.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to look over, what is this sign right here? Oh, that's something else. I want to look over at the superfan.
Superfan deal.
Because it's also 50, Linden. If you are a superfan, you have to join the group.
And should be.
You absolutely should be. So you get the Daria Modern Farmhouse Cottage. Wait, do we have this? Farmhouse Cottage.
That looks very familiar to me, but let me just check.
Check your inventory. And then underneath
yes.
it, we have it.
No,
You
I
have
just
it.
I just bought it.
Look at this guest cottage. It's so
I
cute.
did have it previously. Yes.
I love this guest cottage.
The guest cottage is really nice.
Yeah. So, and it looks like it's got different finishes, exteriors.
And that is, yeah.
Yeah.
It
So
looks
those are great. I'm gonna
really
grab
nice.
that while we're here too.
I love that it has built-in lighting too.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, lots of deals to be had here at Trompe L'oeil, and it's solid stuff.
Yes.
Really nicely crafted. Like our home compound is Trompe L'oeil.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, I'm gonna hit all these deals. What did you say?
Okay. And our home compound is great.
It is. I love it so much.
I do too.
All right, are we good to go?
We are.
All right, tour. I can tell we are at True Damage.
We are at True Damage.
And they have the Sassy Short Fliff Edition and the Dare to Be... No. Is it just a short, right? Because I see Dare to Be Different. But
yeah, I think it's just the short,
shorts?
and they're just showing it front and back.
Gotcha. Because Dare to Be Different would be their tagline, True Damage, right?
Yeah.
So the Sassy Shorts come in Legacy Female, Reborn, Maitreya, and Classic. Well, they're my size, and I'm certainly sassy, so...
You are. So you can get these 2 colors up front, the kind of tartan-ish, and the just solid, like, almost like a navy blue, looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, 50 Linden per color. I'm going to pick them both up, and I think we're good to go, unless you have some commentary.
I like that thigh slit. I think these are nice.
Yeah, that's a very high thigh slit. That's an unnecessary tongue twister for me. But
all right.
yeah, I'm going to pick them up. Are we good to go?
Sounds good. Yes, we are.
All right. I can tell we are at what next. And
Yes,
what
we
next is a shake. So we got here and you're like, here, let me get you a shake. And I told you, I am a vanilla girl. I love vanilla shakes. Not that I am vanilla by any means, but I love a vanilla shake more so than a chocolate shake or a strawberry shake. So, like, as my oh my animation is showing, I'm very happy about this.
Heck yeah.
So, all right.
This is a really nicely made milkshake maker.
Yeah. You don't have this, do you?
Well, I do now, but this is a new item. Like,
okay.
they say it's a new release.
Mm-hmm. And I noticed.
They have
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go. You go. You talk all about it. Go.
And they've made a PBR version of it as well.
They sure have.
Yeah, so we obviously are not showing it in its proper glory at the moment.
No.
But this is our first PBR enabled food item, I think.
Yeah,
so
I'm gonna need
exciting.
to grab that Firestorm beta of PBR. I have to download it.
Yeah, for sure.
So milkshake maker, you buy one and you get all?
You buy one, you get all. Yes.
So 3 milkshake servings for both dispensers, owners, copyable props for personal use, 3 flavors, 12 machine colors, and optional PBR version included. It's 1 land impact each. And the hold is great. It's been working just fine with my curvy figure. It's not driving into me. I mean, my boobs are a bit much, but that's how they are. So, yeah. So this is great. I love this. I want a vanilla shake. I'll probably have to get one.
Yeah, you absolutely should.
What Next always has that effect, Like they'll have some delicious food and I'm like, I need to get that in First Life. Excuse me while I go take care of that. So
yeah.
But anyway, is this our final destination or is there more?
It is not actually. We have one more.
One more. So this is the penultimate.
Yes.
All right, off to the last one then.
Okay.
All right, tour. We are at Vespertine.
We are.
And they have a taco planter.
Taco planter.
Like a chili plant. And then they have a lucky cat planter.
And I love the name of...
Oh.
I mean, it's especially suitable for the first one. It's called Spices Around the World is the set name. And this one's Mexican chili.
Aww.
The other one is Japanese shiso. Apparently.
Oh, that's nice.
Uh-huh.
Well, that makes more sense. I mean, not that you need sense to have a taco planter.
Right, but I think it's really cool that the planter is also growing thematically appropriate, spicing foods. Yeah. So I love both of these so much, and I don't know, are these the only ones of the Spices Around the World set?
I would imagine there's probably more in the store somewhere.
Because I might have to get those, because these are great.
Yeah. That would definitely be fun in our kitchen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So
50 linen
really
each.
Nice job.
Yeah.
50 linen each.
I picked both of these up. So yeah, I'd be curious to see what other spices they have. And,
I found it.
You found them?
Okay. Yes.
Are you going to take us and show us?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Gonna walk us along. Going into the store, and that Noche over at, what is that? Custom 9 looks delicious on the wall there.
Yeah.
So this looks like this is the Spices Around the World collection.
I see. Okay, so the ones, self-hydrated planter pals are funny.
Yes.
Like the dog and cat and a bunny. Those are cute.
Those are funny, yes.
Oh, and the panda. But anyway, that's not the Spices Around the World. That's this over here.
Yeah, so these two pieces, or these two little wall segments.
So they have like the Chinese takeout box, which is amusing. They have the elephant. Is that one from India?
Let's see. I think so. That is from, got Indian bergamot. And the Chinese takeout is going to be, it's Thai lemongrass.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Then we have, the Japanese shiso. Then over here, going top down, we have Greek olive tree. Okay.
Yeah, because the olive tree wasn't showing up for me. I have to it flickers in and out. So
okay,
I see it.
Yeah, it's an olive tree. Then we have the Mexican chili. Then down here we have Vietnamese pepper plant. Okay.
Okay, yeah, that one's not showing for me either.
Oh.
I mean, I can probably
Chinese
lower my settings.
lotus and Ecuadorian coffee plant.
Ooh. That's fun. These are great. How much are they for if people want to come get the full version?
Well, so individually they're going to be $165. If they want to get all of them, it's $630, which I had to do. the self-watering ones are $115 each, it looks like, or $300 for all of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, these are great. I'm glad we came and took a closer look.
Me too, because these really just hit my vibe. I love these.
I could tell.
All right.
All right. So what sim did we start out on again? Do you remember the name?
The Leaf Forest Retreat.
Okay, so we're headed back there for your closing thoughts. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
All right, Tour. We have returned to the, what was it called again? I know you just told me.
Leaf Forest Retreat.
Leaf Forest Retreat, which is giving me all the Washington vibes, which I love. You know I love it. So, look at my avatar just relishing, like, yes, bring the rain, bring the cold, bring Seattle.
And also, I just wanted to mention Leaf. It looks like this is part of a collection of builds by a group called Leaf & Co.
Okay.
And their tagline on their Flickr says, "We love building mainland coffee and seeing our builds through your eyes."
Aww.
So that's fun. Okay.
I like how where we're sitting, this sit set has me looking at my nails. Very appropriate.
Of course.
Because what you noticed is there were sequences in the sits. So we're both doing the sequences. So.
Yeah. I mean, I love a sequence chair.
Yeah.
They're a lot of fun.
Yeah. So this is the point of the video where I turn things over to Tour to share your first life thoughts.
Yeah. So I wanted to bring up a case that is going through the Supreme Court at the moment. I don't know if they're like hearing about it at the moment. The last update I have on this was from like last week. So there might have been updates since then. But anyway, so the case is about doing homeless sweeps. So the Supreme Court is hearing an appeal that is out of Oregon and has the backing of actually your governor, Gavin Newsom, challenging basically the challenge is whether or not local ordinances could be enforced that prohibit homeless people from using blankets, pillows, or cardboard boxes for protection from the elements when there are not adequate shelters. So this is, of course, something that a lot of cities decide to do, cities and states and such, is they say, well, we don't like all these homeless people just setting up tent rows and such, so we're just going to have police go and shuffle them away, sweep them away, basically, which means either forcibly move them or tear down their meager belongings or arrest them en masse. So that, of course, is homelessness, of course, is a byproduct of both inadequate housing supply and insane housing costs, and no meaningful social safety nets for once someone gets in a bad way financially. So, I've said it many, many times that no matter how much people try to, you cannot arrest your way out of a problem like poverty and like homelessness. It's never been a solution. It actually ends up costing the city more to conduct these sweeps, to deal with, paying for the prison cells, for paying for emergency medical service when that happens, because living on the street is very, very harsh. So this case is challenging the enforcement of those ordinances and basically saying that those ordinances violate people's constitutional rights by basically inflicting cruel and unusual punishment for their being, in an unhoused situation. And I agree with that. I think that it is a violation of their basic human rights when they have nowhere to live, and then further get told that they're not allowed to live in public either. Like, they don't have a private home to go to. So obviously the goal of this, I think, is to try and make cities build more shelters. But that's where I diverge from this lawsuit a little bit and the intentions thereof. Shelters are not enough. A lot of homeless people dislike shelters for the various reasons that I've talked about. How, shelters often force them to give up some of their belongings to stay there. They're not allowed to stay there on any sort of permanent basis. They can't use it as an address most of the time. It's just a bed for a night, and then they have to come back the following day to try to get in to get a bed for the night. It's not really a solution. Permanent supportive housing is the answer. But yeah, bottom line, the Supreme Court is going to hear whether or not sweeps are a cruel and unusual punishment. They are absolutely a waste of money and resources, and they are absolutely cruel. I don't have a lot of faith in the Supreme Court, but it is a case to keep our eyes on, because it could, if they did for a moment develop a sense of humanity, they might move the needle a little bit on how cities actually interact with and address poverty and housing insecurity in their area. So we'll see. I just wanted to bring that one to people's attention and radar, because these are the types of stories that they're not high drama. They're not, everyone right now is talking about Trump and E. Jean Carroll and all that, and I'm sure that's very important, but there's nothing anyone can do about that, and it's not anything that is going to, in the immediate term, impact their area, but things like this do, and we don't hear about them enough, so that's why I like to bring it up.
And I appreciate you bringing it up, as I always do. And I just want to kind of echo some of your sentiments. I don't have a bunch of faith in the Supreme Court either. So there's that. But listening to you had me thinking about a few things. So
sure.
You mentioned Gavin Newsom. Yes. My governor. But then the topic of homelessness and unhoused folks comes up a lot. Like I watch the news. Yeah. I usually, in the evenings, just kind of catch up on what's going on. And there was a lot of either news stories related to homelessness, or, it is a topic that is often in the news.
Especially around elections. Yeah.
True, fair. And I often joke with my family members here at home that the mayor of LA is almost always on the news talking about something. Like, she is always there. Like, I even make it a joke. Like, if they're talking about something in another city, the LA mayor, Karen Bass, she's going to be on there with an opinion. Like, she's always on the news talking about something. And one of the things that she has talked a lot about, and one of the things that it appears that LA is doing, because, LA has a huge issue with homelessness and the unhoused, is... they're building these little tiny homes. Like, they're taking over unused parking lots and building these tiny homes that are, for some, not always just transitional housing. Like, this is not just a temporary housing situation. Like this. Yeah,
I've heard about that. Those are
little communities or villages.
Those are built to be permanent supportive housing. In the cases where I've read about them utilizing that. Yeah.
And then, I've definitely seen on the news where there's comparisons between, I think it was the mayor of New York, if I'm memory serving, where he was kind of, I don't know, he was almost using Skid Row as an example. It wasn't almost, he totally was. New York is doing so much better in addressing homelessness and the unhoused than LA. And so there was just he was throwing shade basically at LA. So I'm just, I guess where I'm in listening to, I'm curious, because I know this is something you're very well read on and well versed. Is there a good example in the United States of someplace that is doing right by the unhoused?
Yes, there is.
Where?
Weirdly.
Are you going to tell me it's in Florida?
No.
Okay, good.
I wish.
I was like, yeah, I'd find that hard to believe, but okay.
But it is equally surprising. It is Houston. Is actually.
I was going to say Texas next, yeah.
Yeah, it is actually, it's not a silver bullet. They haven't solved it, but they have been significantly reducing their homeless situation by adopting a housing first type model.
Okay.
This is heavily criticized by the governor, and of course,
I'm not surprised
most of
with the
rural
governor
Texas
of Texas
hates it.
Yeah.
But the mayor of Houston, I forget his name, but he's really been making this happen, and they've got a good, effective. Actually, I will make sure to include a link about that because that's a very good point.
Because I know that there's places in the world that do much better by their unhoused populations. But, I was just in listening to what you were saying, where in the United States is anybody doing something that's working? Because I agree with you. I don't think police sweeps and just treating the unhoused that way.
All of the data
is not going to help.
Work.
Right.
Yep.
It just seems very inhumane. And and when I hear stories about other places that are, like you said, putting housing first, right? And not just temporary, here's a shelter for the night, but,
a
real
place
housing.
To actually exist.
Yes. And I know, like I said, because I watch the news and because Karen Bass is always on there, that LA has these little villages, communities of these tiny homes. And more than I thought. Like, they were doing a story in recent weeks where they were actually talking about the crime in the tiny villages. But that there was some, they were doing a list of how many different tiny communities there were. And I want to say there was like 5 or 7 of them in LA, or they were working on new ones where they just kind of repurpose like parking lots that aren't being used, which to me sounds great. So
it is. And so, and the tiny homes are actually really a great example of that. So the cost, I believe, per unit on tiny homes is somewhere between 15 to 20,000. Like, that's for the one time to install, and of course there is some sort of maintenance costs with that.
Yeah.
Now, per capita annually, addressing homelessness through punitive measures and policing costs about $50,000 annually per person.
Wow.
It is a very expensive approach because our law enforcement apparatus is crazy expensive. And the medical system dealing with the problems of people living in the elements is crazy expensive. And they cannot get a job, so they cannot offset any of these costs. So those, that just shows, like, even if you're just looking at it from the economics say put people into housing, it is cheaper, and then they can get their lives back together. Yeah. So that's a great question of what is an example of a place doing it right. I would definitely look to Houston.
Okay.
They've cut their unhoused population by about 2/3 since they started this.
That's impressive.
It's extremely impressive. So it's definitely moving in the right direction, and I hope that other cities follow that sort of model. And like you said, what is happening there in LA is ramping that up even more.
Yeah, it definitely seems like steps in the right direction, but I feel like LA still has a long way to come. But then, starting with a city as large as LA is good. But even in my small town, I see that. I've told you that before. Like, there's a lot of unhoused around here. So, when does my tiny city get stuff like that, right? When are they able to pull that kind of thing off? Because I can guarantee you my tiny city doesn't have the budget that LA has.
less unhoused people as well. Like that's
Yeah.
the thing, is it scales based on population.
Mm-hmm.
And like if every city just kind of allocated some degree of their budget towards housing security, they'd be able to address their needs. Like it scales very, very well. More so, again, than the punitive measures.
Yeah, I get that.
And there's a bunch of knock-on effects, right? Like it just for that investment straight up reduces all forms of crime. And it brings in it ends up bringing in more money to the city, because a majority of those people are able to get back on their feet and get back into the workplace and start, like, you know, paying it forward, basically. Whereas there's not a good way to do that without some sort of leg up.
Right.
And of course, there is going to be a percentage of people who either are facing disability and cannot work, who still should be afforded a decent quality of life.
Right.
And people, an even smaller percentage of people who just are not going to work, who frankly are going to, you know, quote unquote, take advantage of the situation, but still it is better for them to be in a house rather than on the street, where they're going to do what they have to survive. And that could come at the expense of other people.
Right.
So, you know, that's, yeah. I'm hoping, I actually am hopeful that attitudes are shifting on this, and that things are kind of moving, because for a long time, just the overwhelming majority of the American populace was just like, well, I don't want any of my money going to help those other people. And usually the people saying that have a very specific image in their mind of what those other people look like and what their skin color is and such. But it seems like, especially among younger people, that that very hardline attitude is shifting. And I'm, you know, I am hopeful about that. There was actually another interesting bit of news that came out of Houston, since we're talking about that. This hits close to home because it is about food not bombs out in Houston.
Okay.
Well, a whole bunch of food not bombs folks have been antagonized by law enforcement out there, because that's what law enforcement does. They've gotten all kinds of fines and arrests and such, and the court has had to reschedule any sort of trial about that, because they challenged it, because they could not fill a jury panel. Too many jurors objected to people being fined for giving unhoused people food and resources. They said, that's bullshit.
Yep.
This shouldn't even be a law. What are you doing? And of course that disqualifies you for being on a jury panel.
Yeah.
But like that is jury nullification at its finest. So yeah, I'm loving that.
That's fantastic. So what happens in that case? Like, if they can't ever get a jury,
if
then
they cannot convict or enforce those
it's just
tickets,
dropped?
I believe that it gets dropped. Yeah.
Nice. But I would hope some politician would then take steps to be like, hey, our people, our constituents don't believe in this, so shouldn't that law be like retired?
Yeah, we should not be issuing people tickets for
helping others,
feeding people, for giving someone food.
Right.
Literally, that's the crime. Giving someone food.
That's ridiculous.
That's insane.
You know, they would be. I can see why they are hard pressed to find anyone to be on a jury to be like, yeah, I agree. So if you were hungry and in need of food, you wouldn't want someone to give you food? That's ridiculous.
It is.
Wow.
So, yeah, that is just a chef's kiss of jury nullification out there.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, this is a great topic.
Yeah.
I'm glad I had a little bit more to contribute this time, because sometimes I
too.
don't.
And I love when you prompt me, because I sometimes, I have a lot of extra connections and information that I can make, because you're right, I do try and keep on top of a lot of things. So yeah, thank you for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, so then the next segment at the end of our video is viewer comments. So we have viewer comments from 6 days ago, and Daff DV4 Devilish. I'm not sure. It's Daff. We'll just call her Daff. Daff appeared in the live stream chat as well. I believe it's the same Daff. This remind me, I didn't talk about Dashund again, did I? Because she had dropped some knowledge about the Dashund in chat, or not chat, in the comments. So.
No, I mean, I think we just ran into the Dashunds at the...
the last FLF on the 19th, And so she goes on, because, we were talking about that, and you're a cat dad.
We did ask people if they had...
If they did, yeah. And she did confirm for me that I am actually pronouncing Dashund correctly. Because a lot of people just say Dashhound, right?
Oh, yeah, no.
And the way when I see the spelling, it's Dashund, right?
Yeah.
So she's saying, fun fact, Dashund or Dackel Tekel, she's like a slash. Dash is the German word for badger. They were bred to enter badger burrows, but also fox burrows, and drive them out, which explains their unusual shape. They are tiny, but they are badass.
Wow,
so
that is fantastic.
So they're Dashund. They were bred to enter and drive out badgers. So that's fun. So thank you for that, Daff. And then we had Zipper, aka Glizzy Rizzler, and just drop one line. I love my Rizzlers. Just a comment and go. Just wanted to show the love. Thank you for that.
We love
Zipper.
you too.
We love you. And then she showed up on our live stream as well, because we did live stream Mad P. If you haven't seen us do the Mad P games for the Forsaken Funhouse, you got to check those out, because it was great. It was a lot of fun.
Yes.
We had, I don't know, at least 3 different Mad P people in the chat. And it was there was a blogger manager, it was Ultra Rizzler was there, Kiana Ryder herself was there, Zipper showed up just to be like, she was trying to help us with something. She's like, Q, she's just like throwing out things. She's like, just kidding, I don't know what we're doing. And so it was fun to have her pop in as well. So thank you, Zipper. We love our Zipper. And then Mama LaLa made some comments. She is talking about Freya, because it's Mama LaLa loves her Freya, but she was saying there might have been some issues with the Havoc dress from FLF, that in the back it was cutting through the body. So I don't know, I haven't helped her look at that. I haven't tried the dress to see how it looks on me yet, but maybe when I start wardrobing, maybe I should start with Havoc and I can answer her question. Because I know I have collected a lot of Havoc stuff, and that might be the way live streaming goes. Like, last time I was just kind of picking the stuff at the top of my inventory, but then I was starting to do chunks of the same designer. Like I did like a whole bunch of offline, and so maybe we'll do some Havoc. Then Mama LaLa has a question. She had gotten the bomb leggings, and then she said something about, I wish they had them for Jake. Where can I find some? Not much from men on FLF. I told her that. I said they're bombs, so you can wear them on anybody you want.
I do.
So I did tell her Celeste has a lot of great bomb layers that work for anybody, and that Riot also had some bomb layers recently that could also work for men. So pointed that out to her.
C'est la vie is my go-to when I need to sock up and my shoes don't come with socks built in or something.
Yeah.
Or when the socks happen to clip through my pants or something. Because the bomb layer fixes that. So and they're great. Yeah. And
then she too was startled by your yay after the comments. Gotcha, and I'm glad that she made this comment, because it reminds me to be prepared for whatever sound you have on deck.
Yeah.
You should. Hopefully you have a sound on deck for us.
I do.
Okay. Yeah. I'm ready now. Like the first 2 times, not ready.
You might be ready.
Is it your goal to startle me?
No, it's not.
Okay. It sounds like it is.
No, but you had said last time that you were going to be braced and ready.
And I wasn't?
You totally were not.
You blew my brain cells. Yes. It's like, whoa, what was that?
And I don't know how to control the volume of that either. So it's just, it is what it is.
Okay, so this is the point where I'm telling Mama LaLa, if you're watching, turn it down now, because I don't know how the sound is going to come out when.
Well, I might have just found it. We'll find out when that actually plays. But
so we're not there yet. But then Nadine Philly commented on our stream. She says, "LOL, love this great video. Some of those rooms would have drove me crazy." Trust me, Nadine. You saw it drive us crazy. Tour was taking a pickaxe to the panel.
Yep.
That room had him irritated.
Yes. Thankfully, we were able to blow ourselves up.
Yes.
And that was my punishment for not being able to figure it out.
Right. Tour blew us both up. I'm just an innocent bystander, and he's blowing us both up. We both die, and then we go back. But
we go together.
Right? We're in it together, Consuela. You're with me in death and life. Yeah, thank you, Tour. Thanks. That's how we play the game. Thankfully, we had Kiana in the chat, and you were so against getting any kind of clues. And I kept saying, Kiana, whisper to me, whisper. And she was. She was in my IMs whispering to me. So, and then...
and we do appreciate it. You know, I'm grumbly, not because we got hints, but because I couldn't figure it out without. Yeah.
Well, Tour, you are definitely someone who enjoys a productive struggle.
I do.
Right? That's definitely, and that's, you know, that's really a good hallmark of a really good student. Right? Like students who are just turned off by productive struggle, it's just not you're not gonna get far. Like learning is struggle. So, you know, to try to get students to understand that is a challenge at times, but the struggle has to be the right level, right? So you don't want to make something so hard.
You have to feel like you're making progress. Right. Is the thing.
Yes. Yeah. So anyway, so Nadine Philly, thank you for that. And Nadine was also, I think Nadine, she was in the chat with us. Mama LaLa made another comment. It was on the stream, that she's looking forward to viewing it when she's at the gym, since the video is 3 hours long. I was like, yeah.
Nice. But I want to go back to Nadine Philly briefly.
Okay.
And say that even if even if the rooms would frustrate you, I would strongly recommend diving into these with a friend, because that I think makes any sort of struggle that you're encountering, it's more of a fun time, because it's a shared experience.
Collaboration.
You can collaborate, and and you can also commiserate together even when you're running into a challenge, which I think just makes it a lot more fun all around. So when you're getting into Mad P, drag a friend along; they'll love it as well. Yeah. So.
And actually, I'm going to change my camera angle a little bit, because I just realized I just read these off, but I can put them in my internet window. So I've actually pulled it up on the side so people can see the comments that I'm reading. So then that was Nadine Philly. And then you can see exactly what Mama LaLa, her actual comment was WTF que carajo, about the shouting. They blew out her hearing aid. She was not happy with you, but she loves you. So, we'll get over it.
I'm sorry, Mama LaLa.
And then another comment was that was Mama LaLa saying she was looking forward to viewing it when she works out. And then Shallon Marie made a comment 4 days ago. This was so fun to watch. Can't wait to catch a live. And that would catch us up on all the videos or all the comments. So sorry I didn't share the internet window sooner, but I will start doing that now. So people can see the Aw, that's nice. See, that caught me by surprise, but didn't blow out my brain cells. So were you able to control the volume on that?
Well, I think so.
Okay.
You would have to tell me, because I don't know.
It was appropriate. I did not feel like it was, as jarring.
I found a place where soundboard volume is, and I moved it to 50%. So
that's
hopefully
much better.
That helps both you and Mama LaLa. Yeah. I didn't realize. Well, I mean, it defaults to max volume, and we didn't exactly plan on soundboarding. I just kind of felt like messing around with it. So.
Yep, and it works. It works. We're working out the kinks. So now you've got your volume under control. Now I know to use my internet window to show the comments so people can see their comment on video.
Yeah.
As a sign of appreciation and that we see you.
Evolving our stream live on the fly.
That's right. That's how we roll. So, Then, if you have any other comments about the comments, or is
I do not.
all right? Well, that means I get to say my thank you. So I want to thank each and every one of you out there who spend any length of time with us, whether it be just a few minutes to watching the entire video, whether you watch it or you listen to it as a podcast, however you interact, we appreciate you. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing with friends, and commenting, of course. We live for the comments for sure. So we appreciate each and every one of you.
And we will see you in the next video.